You are watching Channel 97, Access LaPorte County. Coming up next, the Michigan City Commission for Women meeting of May 19th. You can find more information for this meeting by looking at www.accesslaportecounty.org.
Okay, today is Thursday, May the 19th, and it's 5:38 p.m. and I'll call the Women's Commission, call it to order. I'll call it to order at 5:38 p.m. Roll call. You're gonna do a roll
Ready.
call? Ready for the roll
Oh,
call?
we don't have to do roll call.
Oh, okay.
Because it's not,
But we can't approve anything either.
okay, I'll do roll call. I just call the people that's here. Charlene,
Here.
Albertine,
Here.
Angie, Deitch,
Who's here?
Faye Moore here. Absent, we have Christina Isbell, Bonnie Schaff, Joanne Enquist, Sarah Jones, Veronica Martin,
Nicole
and Nicole
for
Florick. Okay.
Okay. Next item on the agenda is the approval of minutes, and we can't do that because we don't have a quorum. Treasurer's report, you want to do that?
Sure. Like I said, we have the same balance, just a different month. We're sitting with $15,224.75. And looks like we'll be changing that balance with the deposit for the paying reimbursing you for the ORAC Shrine deposit.
I can't call for a motion to approve because we don't have a quorum, so we just accept it until the next time. The next item on the agenda is funding request, and we can't do that either because we don't have a quorum.
But you can discuss it for the.
We can discuss it.
Okay, it's open for discussion. Do you have a copy of that? Everybody have a copy?
No, but we can discuss it if you tell us a little bit about it.
It says it's to the Women's Commission for request for contributions to Dunebrook.
Dunebrook.
On here,
Did
she's
you say how much?
to go down to for $498.98.
Okay. Not even 500, huh?
You want the brief description?
Yes.
Dunebrook requests support to provide snacks for Dunebrook Child Advocacy Center, child interviews, and multidisciplinary team. The CAC conducts forensic interviews by request of law enforcement and child protective, who watch the interview live from Dunebrook as it is recorded. The interview is open to the first step in providing a swift, timely response to allegations of suspicion of abuse. In 2021, the CAC conducted 398 interviews, which included alleged cases of child sexual abuse, physical abuse, neglect, and child witness of a murder, abuse, of other crimes. At times, emergency interviews are conducted, such as when a child makes a disclosure at the school and it is brought to Dunebrook by the Child Protective Service Agency. The alleged predator is living in the home or the child arrives subsequently to a sexual assault. Exam performed at the hospital or a child just witnessed a crime. These children may arrive at Dunebrook having missed a meal or being hungry. They may be at Dunebrook for hours, and through the long hours of the night when multiple alleged victims are to be interviewed. Also, the MDT, including investigators and child protection, that may have missed their breaks and are similarly hungry and fatigued. Their work may keep them either at Dunebrook investigating leads or pursuing a predator for hours. The snacks help to quench their hunger so they can focus on the task at hand. A child who is focused on hunger may have a more difficult time communicating with the interviewer. Hydration and healthy snacks can help keep a hungry child comfortable until a full meal can be provided following the interview. Also, children may be nervous for the interview, and after talking about the trauma they have alleged endured, anti-stress objects and fidget items help to reduce anxiety and nervousness, and children can keep them, this is wrong, I know, but that the snacks can help children keep them from being confused and continue with the interview. Time frame of the project, this is a request for an ongoing need of the CAC. Budget for the project shows all anticipated sources of funds. The CAC has rallied upon in-kind donations for snacks such as granola bars, individually wrapped nuts, crackers, cookies, water, Gatorade, juice, soda for adults. The CAC has purchased items as funding permits. We are requesting $498.98 to purchase these items and anti-stress items such as bubble pop objects. And it was submitted by Doombrook. So, any discussion?
No, I know it's a great program. I mean, they've been doing it for years, and so many, they've helped a lot of these kids through trauma, and some of them having, not having to get on the witness stand, and so I think it's a great use of money, and I think it's something we should support. I guess we'll just wait until, because I think we have it where we might be able to vote. I don't know if we can vote electronically. I think I don't know if we did anything in our bylaws for that.
I don't know.
At the time, there was no such thing. Everybody was coming to the meetings before COVID, and since COVID, people have still.
I mean, is it time sensitive? It's just an ongoing.
Yes, it's
ongoing.
It's time sensitive for us. So by us discussing it tonight, then that means they've submitted it in time for their request.
Okay.
We have that they have to submit it so many days before they need it.
There's a date on here.
But the fact that they did submit it and we've discussed it.
It was submitted, it was submitted, it just tells that Jean Ann Cannon is retiring and Dr. Budden will assume the executive director's role as of February 5th. And so Dr. Budden has already been here and given us an overview of their programs or whatever. But they do have a dynamic center out there. They have rooms for everything, and they have all kinds of equipment and toys to keep the kids occupied at a time when it's kind of traumatic for them. So it's just a matter of us having a quorum, or we have to vote another way. We can't do it tonight.
Right. Unless somebody, that's why I'm texting it. Hopefully we might be able to before the end of this. Okay.
Veronica had asked I told her that we needed a quorum. We needed her and Joanne.
All right. So I guess we can go on to the next thing until.
On the agenda, number 6. August 26th, celebrating 10 years of the Women's Commission. The first item on that is Save the Date card.
Yes, I've downloaded it. You got it too?
I got someone in here, all this paper.
I found these cards.
Do you have one, Ange?
That's what she sent to us.
Okay.
Do you have one?
I have it. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I got it. Probably electronically, but I'm gonna write this down. I think I already have it though. Yep. I already have it down. Women's Equality Day. 6 to 11 p.m.
So you want to read it? You want to read what's on this? Shar or somebody?
Save the Date, August the 26th, 2022, Michigan City Commission for Women celebrates 10 years of Women's Equality Day. Join us as we honor our past, share our present goals, and help support our future programs. August the 26th, 6 to 11 p.m., dinner, dancing, and an inspiration all in one spectacular night. Invitation and RSVP info coming soon.
Where's it gonna be held at?
It's going to be held at the Orlac Shrine,
Okay.
and we have made our half a deposit to reserve that date.
Can we add that to the save the date?
We can, I think she'll add it to the save the date when she comes back, because I paid for it, was it last week or week before last?
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so it's already, we've already reserved the ORAC.
All right, good.
And then we have
Yeah, at
menus
the
here.
time, it was still pending, where,
Okay.
but she wanted to get the date out so that people could save it, because
It says, date and stuff pending.
Yeah. Yeah, it says
Invitations pending.
RSVP, yeah.
And also I gave you a menu for tonight, I mean, for the 26th, so if you wanna look at that.
It's making me hungry tonight.
I know. Oh,
He did say that there would be like a $4 or $5 increase, these are old prices.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. Are we thinking 2 options or 1?
I don't know, that we hadn't talked about.
Chicken and maybe a vegetarian?
I think it's always good to have 2 options because,
right.
because we
Some
do have,
people are allergic to other things.
yeah.
Choice of, see
So
the
this one-
buffet
so we-
style is choice
Right.
of 2 entrees and 1 pasta. And it's served family style. I like family style
I like family style.
because it's not really truly a buffet. They just bring each thing to each table,
Yeah,
and it's so people aren't walking across the food. And just bring everything to the
you
table.
serving, you passing it around at your table, then you don't have to worry about a line of people coughing on your food while you're standing in line for a buffet.
It's probably the people you chose to sit with.
So family style isn't bad.
No,
I guess we
it's-
could,
Yeah, choice of 2 entrees.
So you said 17 plus probably $5?
no, I said whatever it says on here plus $5.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
so if
Per
it's
person.
$17.95, it's probably going to be $5 more. So
Plus you
down
got,
here where it's
it looks like you got taxes and gratuities that's gonna
plus
be added to
taxes
that.
and gratuity, that's
Wow.
true. But I think that's still a good price.
And it's includes 1 potato, 1 vegetable. I mean, this will help with setting the budget too, because there's the choice of 2 entrees and 1 pasta. That's $16.95. So we're saying $21.95, and then you do gratuity and tax. That's another $5. So it's probably about $28. Then you take the room into consideration on that cost, and add another $5 per person. So we're talking probably about $30 to $35 per person to cover all costs.
And the tickets are $75.
Yeah, and plus whatever decorate, all the other stuff, the tablecloths, So if half the ticket is probably going to cover. It's probably going to take over about half the ticket to cover, and you'll make half. I think that's a good. That's not.
That proportion.
That's actually good. No price gouging from the Women's Commission. Just covering our costs. That's it. So $75 for the ticket. Nope, I think that's
Because
great.
that's not on here either.
And it's such a nice, but no, because she didn't know at the time.
Oh,
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Will there be an option to purchase a table?
Yes, that's on here too.
Okay, perfect.
All right.
There is a bar located there if anybody wanted an alcoholic beverage, but
Cash bar.
cash bar. And they will serve coffee with our meal. So
So they have. I'm sure there's a cost.
choice is only coffee with the meal?
because if you go into like pop and stuff, you'll have to get that from the bar.
Oh,
Coffee and tea.
Coffee and tea is what you get with your food.
Oh, coffee and tea and water.
And
Yeah.
Okay. Because the I didn't know the soda
Soft
packages were so expensive. I didn't know that.
the what?
Soft drink packages
Oh.
per
Yeah.
person.
Yeah, it's too expensive. We wouldn't make a dime.
Coffee, tea, and water.
So then I'm assuming it's hot.
Or iced.
Oh,
So that's good. Sponsorship and silent, okay, so we got the 6, so that. Okay, so the sponsorship and silent auction,
Well, sponsorship, she hit me and left me a little message about sponsorship too. Let me get to this page. She says brainstorm about sponsorship companies and who can help connect us with the right people.
well, if we get a sponsorship letter, do we have an
She
old
said
one?
we don't have one, and this is her first time doing this, so
Right.
I'm gonna have to look on the computer to see what I use for breast cancer. Cause we did have a gold, silver, whatever it was, and then, we asked for organization and businesses to buy a table. And if you do 8 to a table, I think it was, I can't remember.
So 150, 150, 150, so it's $900. So if you sponsor a table, maybe $1,000 bucks.
$1,000. We started out at 1,000 and then we went up to 1,500 and then we were 2,000 and then it was $2,500 and so you could sponsor that.
So
And
what
that's how we make our money.
I would recommend that. So there's a $1,000 sponsorship for just a table, like a supporter,
Table of 8.
and then I'm gonna jump up to the highest. Maybe we solicit someone for a 5,000 title sponsor. And the reason why, there's a couple of companies that are
What did you call that?
like the title sponsor. We can call it what's the 10-year anniversary? What is that?
Silver? No, wait a minute.
10 years does it have?
Is it 10 years? Is it what?
I think it's 25.
Okay.
25 is silver,
10 is too low.
I don't think they have anything.
So we
for
could
10
do
years.
10-year anniversary title sponsor or something. And if nobody takes it, fine. But I think it should be.
hurt to ask.
And I think we have a couple of banks that might, especially that focus on women's entrepreneurship, that I can definitely try to work on that.
Okay, because she did say on here that if 100 people show at $50 each, we are at $5,000, and this is without the sponsorship support. So we need to be about.
So are we saying $50 for the ticket or $75?
She got the wrong price on here. When we last discussed it at our meeting, it was $75.
I think that's appropriate.
She went down to 50.
Well, this is when she probably first said in her first notes, but at our meeting we had over in Newport, we said 75 in order to make a profit and to do something to continue our fund.
the 10th anniversary is actually 10 or the aluminum.
Okay.
10.
Aluminum.
10, T-I-N, not the number.
So $1,000 sponsor gets you
Table for 8.
just a table for 8, and it gives us $100. But then if we went to 1,500, they could that person would be recognized. We have to come up with something. Recognizing social media.
You can give them a little certificate.
I won't even do that because they know it's a fundraiser.
Okay,
That's why I be telling people we don't need to do all that, spend that money.
I'm telling you.
So 1,500 and then 2,500. And what we say is
So what will you do for 1,500?
1,500. So basically, that's where it starts. That's really the sponsorship where you get social
Oh.
media recognized
So
in the
instead of
newspaper.
1,000.
No, you keep the 1,000. That's just a table sponsor.
Oh.
That's just to support
Oh,
us.
that's just a
Because it
support
costs.
table.
It's gonna cost $75 per ticket. And we're only gonna get $100
From
in
the table
addition,
anyway.
right?
Okay.
So they're just a supporter. That might be someone who wants to donate seats to volunteers or to a nonprofit.
It could be like, say, Minority Health, we buy a table.
Mm-hmm.
So it would pay for the board of directors for Minority Health
Right.
Commission to attend. That's getting people there.
And then the 1,500 is where it's still a table. It's still just one table.
Yep.
Because you don't want to give your money away.
Right.
And this one, they have recognition, social media, the newspaper. We got to come up with some names. And then the 2,500 and 5,000, you can allow them to, you can even, like the title sponsor can come up and do the welcome. If we get one, they can say a few words about their company, you know, do the radio. You know, any radio spots that we have, they would be able to do that. The 2,500, I think you can, basically all it does, it's the seating in the room too. People don't realize that it's important to some people, being in the front of the room.
They could have those special tables, like when we do the breast cancer, those that paid for the table and were sponsored, they had those first 10 tables.
Oh.
And then we put a bottle of wine on that table. And then the rest of us just had regular tables.
Right, because the 2,500, if you can't give 2 tables away, because what happens is you only make,
$100, $200.
unless we went to $3,000 for that sponsorship. If you went from 1,000 to 15 to 3, you could give 2 tables, because then you'll make 1,200. So that's we could maybe think about it that way. I was just thinking about it.
2 tables at how much?
The sponsorship would be $3,000.
Instead of the 2,005.
Okay.
And if we don't get a title sponsor, we can allow them to participate in the program some kind of way. Let me think of, I'll type something up for this one. I think that we'll shoot for a title sponsor, but if we don't, we could get maybe a couple of those and then say, you know, you can do a brief welcome. You know, you'll be allowed to do the radio, you know, any radio interviews that we do, we'll allow the sponsor to participate in that. You know, WIMS, WFM, and whatever we decide to do. And we should try to get one of the radio
To be there when doing
to be a sponsor,
to be a sponsor.
to be the
there
media
too.
sponsor.
To even,
the
you know,
doors
do the, you could ask him to be there and like, do the radio thing while we're having our event. Since I think one time we had Rick Federici at one of our things in it. It was nice. And then if we could also ask the radio to sponsor an interview for us. Did you rush?
Sure did.
Did you run? Yeah, run.
Do I look like
Okay, yes.
Let's see if anybody
1,
else
2, 3,
responded.
4.
I'm up here, I'm like,
All right, you're on video.
Okay.
So I'll draft something up.
Okay. Because on her notes here, she said our goal is $10,000 to $15,000 in order to.
Okay. 10K is the goal.
Goal is what, 15,000?
10 to 15.
Declare 10, 15, okay. I'm begging for other organizations, so I might as well beg for this one too. I can kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Pick an organization, any organization.
Right.
So this is
Special
good.
bonus if you pick all of them.
Right. So that'd be good. Let's see. Joanne's not answering.
So we need to add the ORAC to that save the date card.
The ORAC and the what did we say? The price.
Prices.
And the price. Oh, okay. She's still down. I knew she was sick, so I'm just gonna leave that.
Is that Joanne?
So you don't have a menu. I'm gonna give this to you.
She has one.
Oh, you have one? Okay.
And yeah, just pass it.
You got a save the. Did you get a save the date in your email?
I probably did.
Okay.
You all just excuse me, my mind is still in therapeutic mode.
So silent auction, you know, I haven't been seeing a lot of them lately because
Well-
they take a lot of effort.
She's asking for help with that. We need to come up with somebody that can help us with the silent auction. When we had our little meeting, was it over at the library in LaPorte? I told her, but I would ask my sister and her husband, because that is what my sister did in Minneapolis for State Farm Insurance, and so it would always be nice to have more than one person though, because you have to have somebody to man those tables.
Yeah, and we do it at our Links brunch every year, and I think that it's more about getting the items. That's the hard part. And I think with the sponsorship letter, what we did is we put a place for people to donate,
So like if you say a business and you ask them for a sponsorship.
and they don't want to do one of these,
Then they could
they
do
can
this.
donate a gift card, because we did a gift card tree. We got like one of those photo holders, and then you just go around getting restaurants to donate. We did restaurant, like a tree for restaurants.
Yeah.
And you can get businesses to donate to
Okay.
gift cards, and usually they have a couple of $100 on them. They usually go for the exact amount. That could be, we can put
What
that
did you
on
call
the
that?
a gift card like tree. So like a sponsorship letter, you can say as one of the sponsorship items, you can sponsor a gift basket or gift cards. And then put the contact, and then we reach out to them.
When your mom got that award,
Yeah.
it was like somebody had something from someplace else, and theirs was $75, and somebody else was $100. But then you picked the one that you wanted, and there were like 4 or 5 things, and you bid on either one of those.
Yep, you can do that, or you can just, like I said, do like one with like multiples, so you get bigger amounts. But we could just put that as an option, because we would have to know we would have to put a due date for a deadline for sponsorship deadline for something in August. So it's going to be June, July. We're going to have to know.
By the 1st of July.
Well,
I don't know.
what is the ORAC's deadline for head count?
Well, we had to say that we'll have at least 100 people.
Okay, so we would need to know, so if it's August 26th and you work your way backwards, the deadline for sponsorships would probably have to be July, for media and all that, July 22nd. That gives them almost 8 full weeks after we get everything together. Get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6 weeks. By the time we get it out, get it done. Because our next meeting is
June the 16th.
June the 16th. So let me look at it from that perspective. We approve things. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So maybe the 28th will be the last day for tickets and sponsorships.
July the
I mean,
28th.
July 28th, yep.
So we gotta get this stuff out, because June is a couple weeks away.
But the good thing is we can get as much stuff, get the letter and everything, and then approve it at the next board meeting.
Right.
And then it can go out.
Okay, when is our next meeting? June
You
16th?
said June 16th.
Yeah.
Okay,
But we can start prepping people.
yeah.
Okay, so I will work on this.
I only got one item so far for the silent auction.
Well, the sign, that's why if
So,
we get that out, we can
yeah.
start asking. And then we can always, one thing that some of the boards I've been on, everybody donated 1 bottle of wine from the board. And then that's a nice basket.
Yeah.
Everybody, and then everybody's not out of a whole lot. You just, everybody do a bottle of wine and
Okay, board members do a bottle of wine. And we're gonna auction that off.
that can be that can be one of our big ones. Cause that's 10 bottles of wine.
That's a good one.
So you can do it.
Is anybody that likes
Well, you can
wine?
do 2. If we get 10, you can do 2. 5 and 5.
But true,
Yeah.
and whatever gift cards we get, I mean, I think we'll do well. I think 10
I
is
think
good
so.
because you get more people because you can say minimum bid $75.
Oh,
You don't want it because I think people don't. You start getting too many little things.
oh.
I think
They
people
won't
will,
bid on the big stuff.
yeah. You know you make it reasonable still $50 and increments of 10 or something.
And then
But when you start having $25, everybody goes up there and put $25 and then it's gone. It's,
Yeah.
You know, it's like, I get mad. I'm like, why did you take that from me? But I think you get businesses to donate. You can get, you know, all the Main Street businesses and everybody to donate something. I think,
But she's asking us on her letter that she left that we submit names of businesses or organizations that we think will be a big participant.
I think we can email those to her,
I think we could just make our list and just send them to her.
because we don't want to give the public all of our.
I know, I'm not, that's why I didn't say anything. So I think we get the letter and get everything completed and ready to go. And only other thing I would suggest that we might want to think about is to do a roll call and maybe we can meet sooner than the 16th and not have it because the summer's coming and everything.
And
If we could,
pressing.
maybe if we could think about that and see if a better date is available that we could maybe do it that first full week in June since nobody's here now and get everybody at a meeting maybe in June and
Like the first week of June, Christmas.
and maybe
Well, school
just
lets out, I understand, June 2nd, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's
think,
what I
yeah.
heard, June
Yeah.
2nd.
see it. I just wrote some
So,
stuff
and
down.
that's,
But if we send a poll out, I gotta do the poll thing. If we send something out and check for, you know, June 8th, 9th, and see, you know, what everybody's availability is, maybe we can meet sooner, and that way we can get the letter done, and then we can just start working and going to get, you know, what we need instead of.
I mean, the
You're
committee,
saying
well, the
June
committee,
8th or
there is a committee though, so maybe the committee
But
could,
we gotta vote on some of this stuff.
Yeah,
Right.
before.
We gotta vote on the meal, the this, the that, and I don't know if we wanna wait.
Want to do it that's the second week of June, is the 8th or 9th.
Yeah, I was thinking like that, yeah.
the 9th, the 9th I have Sustainability Commission,
But the 8th,
the 9th, the
Oh.
Thursday,
Yeah, you
that
probably
Wednesday.
second Thursday.
want to avoid Tuesday and Thursday.
But I was thinking that Wednesday. I don't see nothing on
What's on
Wednesday.
that Thursday, the
Sustainability.
Sustainability, second Thursday.
But I don't see
Why
anything
can't
on
we do it
Wednesday.
on the 7th?
What's the
City council. Well, we could, I mean, we could do it on the 7th, like at 5:30.
It's an hour here. City council's at 6:30.
I'm
Yeah.
available on a Wednesday, are you? Okay.
I'll send it out.
I'll be running late on Tuesday and Thursday like this.
Yeah, so you know what? Let's just send a note on and ask everybody for Wednesday if Wednesday at 5:30 could work. It's off, but it's an off, you know, date, but get it over with and get this stuff
You
ready.
said
So
Wednesday, June the 1st or June the?
June 8th,
June 8th.
because the holiday week is that previous week. It gives everybody a little time. So let me.
Did you say 5 o'clock? 5:30.
I'm gonna be available 5. The earlier the
5.
better. But I don't know about other people working.
Okay, if you do it at
Wednesday.
5, on Wednesday, if you do it at 5, I'll probably be here about 5:15.
So 5:30 is probably the right
Okay.
time.
5:30.
Let me send this to everybody and see. While it's on my brain.
You don't realize how far the side of town it is until you have to hurry up and be here.
Yeah. Okay.
So to do the Women's Commission meeting, she would have to send out the notice earlier, if everybody approve it.
Yep. Yeah, we can get that out.
So you're gonna do the doodle pool for us?
Yeah, I'm gonna send it out. I'm sending a note to everybody asking about the 8th right now before I even do a doodle poll.
Oh,
Just to see, because if we could just set a date, then we could just set a
Right.
date and say that we didn't have a quorum.
right.
And what else is on the agenda?
What else is on the agenda is, we passed again sponsorship silent auction keynote speaker.
Yeah, who was that?
And she said she had been in touch with Jordan Harrison, who is the new director of the Indiana Commission for Women. And she has shared a list of Torchbearer awardees.
Okay.
You said Jordan Hudson?
Harrison.
Harrison.
But we don't have to pick from that list. We did have a list of our own at that meeting we had at the library, and we gave out some names. I don't know, do you want to hear some of the names we had?
Yes.
Yes.
For the one that started this commission for us in Michigan City is Pat Boyd.
Okay. I think that's a great idea.
And so our first president was Kathy, it was
No, Sharon Carnes.
Sharon Carnes. And so I think we have a drawing card from those two.
I think
I
so.
don't know that we have to go outside the city.
And with Pat, it'd be during her off time.
Just have to find out. Yeah. Anyone else have an idea of anyone they would want to ask or put a name out so that she can go over that when she comes back?
I like,
I like to check Pat Boyd and Sharon Carnes.
yes, I really like the fact that she's in the legislature. She could talk about why she decided
Came
to
up with
create
the
it.
commission.
And I think that's a great,
I think that's appropriate
If she's available.
if she's available, but
text her right now.
what's her name? I know Sharon said that she would be available, but I don't have that information with me, but I'm almost sure she said she would be there. But either one, I think they could both talk.
I think you allow Sharon to do something in the
Sure.
program, even if, 'cause she could say, as the first president, this is how we, our vision for it and how she can kind of give the history maybe a little bit. I think that.
Okay.
So we've done updating the save the date card. Talked about the sponsorship and the silent auction, keynote speaker we just covered, and the number 6-7 item on the agenda is women healthcare, and she's not here. Then we're down to public comments. No public here, and then the council liaison comments.
I've talked enough.
Any commissioners have comments? Well, is there anything else you would desire to talk about before we? I got notes everywhere on my little paper.
I will bring up that the League of Women, I did forget something, and Joanne's not here, so the League of Women Voters annual meeting is Saturday, June 4th at Potawatomi Country Club at 9:30 a.m. You can actually go on the website to purchase tickets. And
I'm sorry, what was the time?
it's 9:30 a.m. on June the 4th.
Potawatomi Park,
Yes. And I'm trying to see.
Saturday, June the 4th.
Yes.
Okay.
And let me see if I have any additional information. June 4th, and it's the first in-person meeting in 3 years. And for brunch starting at 10 a.m., doors open at 9:30. The cost is $30 per person, and registration is required by May 26th. And you can go to lwvlaporte.org, and you will see a button that says register here.
LV Laporte.
.org. lwvlaporte.org. And there's a button to say click here. The speaker for the event will be Tony Rodriguez, the director of the LaPorte County Community and Economic Development Office.
You know who that is.
So that is June 4th.
June 4th, and the tickets are $30.
Yes.
Okay. I think the last time I was to one of those, I asked my sister to come. She was so excited. I said, girl. She said, oh, it's nice out here. It's nice. I said, yeah.
And I think that's the only announcement. I know Memorial Day, there are several things going on, but I don't have them listed here.
On Memorial Day.
Yeah.
And is there still gonna be the Memorial Day parade and all of that?
I haven't seen anything, so I don't know.
Memorial Day is May the 30th.
Yes.
Are there any other suggestions?
I have my assignment.
Hearing none. Any further comments? It is now 6:20. I call anybody want to make a motion that
I move that we adjourn. But we don't have a forum, so does that mean we have to stay here?
Stay here forever.
Thank you, Madam